Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Trunkhead with Trunkhead Gaming. Today we're doing the division recap for 4 and 5, week 3. With me, as always, is Superfed. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
All right, all right. So we're gonna go through Division 5 first, like we always like to do. We're gonna do a quick rundown of the scores, and we'll check out stats and SPP, and then we'll go on to the leaderboard. So starting first, let's start with Havoc's Henchman and Cash Crew Part 2. Looking like 12 armor breaks on each side, huh? One expulsion? Shouldn't be kicking people, dude.
Well, you can kick them. You just got to make sure you don't get caught.
Dude, Chaos had 63 successful blocks and only 3 removals. The Cash Crew Part 2 did about the same removals with half the blocks. That is crazy.
Yeah, the early chaos, of course, doesn't have all the skills, and Cash Crew has a little bit more mighty blow, so that's not too surprising.
Alright, well, Havoc's got beat, but they got an MVP on their Strength 5 guy, which I'm excited to look at that. I gotta look at him real fast. What did he get? He picked up block, so he's Strength 5 with block. I hope he gets Tentacles next. I really do. Really do. What do we got next? Oops. Skinky Island Boys versus Nurgle FTDs. This is
The Lizards have continued their domination of the division so far, 3-0.
Yeah, that squad is so good, man. 9 armor breaks and 1 death. That's not good. I wonder who died. Man, look at the Lizards. Fucking 48 blocks against Nurgle. Nurgle got 4 removals, though.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of those blocks were probably one die.
Probably. Not a high SPP game for either side, 13 versus 10, but Skinky Island Boys keeping on. I mean, early Nurgle's really difficult, so that doesn't surprise me too much that, he got a fucking MVP and a Nurgle Warrior there. It doesn't surprise me too much that Skinky Island Boys won that because it's really hard for Nurgle early, but that's looks like it was a good game. C130, C137 versus The Secret of My Success. That looks like it was a boring game. 1-0.
We'll talk about it later, but the undead finally won.
That's good. We talked about C137 last week, if I remember correctly. They were a team I was looking for big stuff from. Big stuff from. We're gonna go over that game more in detail later. Where are we at? Drac World Day Laborers versus Casabulus. Chaosabulu. Did you figure out how to say it?
Chaosabulu?
Chaosabulu. Chaosabulu, 15 armor breaks, tripled up Drac World Day Laborers. That's brutal. And he got an MVP on his Move 7 block runner. That is crazy. 62 blocks to 31. That was just doubled his blocks. That's, yeah. And 6 removals. Looks like it was a tough game for him. My experience against, look at 11 SPP on Hell's Gate. My experience against Dwarfs is if they get armor breaks on you, you're going to lose.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely get up on numbers, and it's easy. The other way is just getting around them or spreading them out, but it's hard to do that, and I think that movement is advantageous at these lower tiers of skill. So higher skill, you get around movement a little bit better.
Yeah, but like I said, if a dwarf starts removing pieces, then because they got so much guard and mighty blow, right? If you play their game, they're gonna beat you. That's just all there is to it. Pandemonium Burgers versus Panicky Party. 2-0. Panicky Party is a bye week, right? That's a bye week. That's a bye week. So Necromantic Newbies versus Temples of. Oh my God, the High Elves. 3-0. 3-0 on Necro.
That's an impressive win.
Yeah, we talked about them last week. Look, they had the same amount of blocks as Necro. And Necro's, that's crazy because Necro's got frenzy pieces. They usually have more blocks than their opponent, especially against a High Elf. 47 blocks. And then High Elf's got more removals. They got 4 removals there.
Yeah, they're SP blowing up.
20 SPP. Look at Leo. Leo the Prowler with 10 SPP. Holy cow. And he got the MVP. Nice, nice. All right, so that is last week. We'll quick run down the leaderboard here. Skinky Island Boys sitting on top. Did they play already? They played this week, right? 4 games, yeah.
Yeah. They played the Dracwall Day Laborers.
All right, so they played already, so that doesn't. So they get an extra point there. Chaos and Blue, undefeated, following up. Cash Group, Purdue, JJ Cash, go humans. Always go humans. I'm on your side, man. Undefeated so far. Tempers, Aurora, Hipster with that awesome looking high elf team is coming up fourth. Tied with both elf teams, Hanau Brown Drow, which again, best name in fucking the REL. Hanau Brown Drow. Pandemonium Burgers, Chaos fucking popping in there with only one loss. That's pretty good for early Chaos. And then Tommy Too Tall finally got on the board. Now, we talked about that. I liked him getting the win. And then we got more Chaos. Dracroll Day Labor's moniker is struggling a little bit there. But he got the tie today, so that's probably a win for him, you think?
Yeah, it's he's still growing. He's got some great level ups already on his team, so it's definitely not season over for him yet.
Secret of My Success, Orcs, and then wrapping it up is High Lord Salt with FTDs. When you're playing early Nurgle, though, I mean, yeah, you're at the bottom of the division, but that's kind of what you expect when you're early Nurgle. It is really, really hard to win with early Nurgle.
What a TV that high, and if you compare the TV that on their team compared to the rest of the division, they're moving fast, and they will be getting some skill ups that could put them in the game by the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking towards the last quarter of the season them to be really competitive. If you looked at G-Man last year, Division Division 3, they had two brand new Nurgle teams. Full Metal, who was our one of our admins, one of our co-founders. He played Nurgle last season and just got crushed, got his ass handed to him all season. And then this season he's undefeated right now, 3-0, starting out the season 3-0. So get that first season under your belt, man, High Lord Salt, and you'll start to pay dividends there. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. All right, what are we going to look at here? We are going to look at, I want to check out Nurgle FTD. Speaking of Nurgle FTD, bringing up the rear. I wanted to see how this squad was going. So my team this week is going to be Nurgle FTD with High Lord Salt, who just picked up, what did he just get? He just got Claw on Gamorius the Pestilent. This guy right here.
Yes.
What do you think about
Getting
that?
Claw before Mighty Blow is not something I'm a big fan of, unless he's going up against like a Dwarf Orc Chaos combo or something like that in his schedule. I would much rather him get Mighty Blow first, because it's not a double, so he has the choice.
I tend to agree with you. His next opponent is Dark Elves. And what else you got after that? Dark Elves, where are you at? Nurgle FTDs. And then Orcs after that, so that'd be okay. And so his next 3 games, where's he at? And then Humans. So yeah, I'm with you. Just as general rule, guys.
Well, it's math.
Okay, there you go. As math.
Math says that AB9, it's okay. AB10, it's fine. AB7, it is just a benefit.
So math says Mighty Blow first unless you're facing a bunch of AV9. And my experience is when you get Claw before Mighty Blow, it takes a lot longer to level because you don't make those removals very well. But he's got block still and he's strength 4, so we'll get him in there. And then he's got the guy right above him, the sticky guy, Chlamydius. Chlamydius the sticky. He's only a touchdown away from his level.
That's some well development on those Nurgle Warriors. They're always the toughest to get moving, but once you do get the Mighty Blow Claw, and either piling on or of course you need to get block on there too. But once you get 3 skills on them, then they start going really fast.
Yeah, he's got Mighty Blow on Lord Herpestus. So he'll probably level pretty quick. So I think these Nurgle Warriors, if you can get Nurgle Warriors to develop, you're doing really well. Your team's going to take off. He does only have 2 Pestigores. One of them is unskilled. The other guy's got sure. I think
that's not uncommon. You got to give one, and if you start with 1 or 2 Pestigores, you'll eventually get the rest. And that also kind of encourages the chances of getting Warriors. You don't want them on your Rotters, but your Rotters are going to die no matter what. So.
Yeah, let's see. 2 MVPs on this. This guy, Ganorius, the Pestilent. I like how he's kind of got these these nods to STDs. That guy's got 4 touchdowns, so he's feeding his Warriors touchdowns, which I like to see. That's how you develop the squad, and but he's kind of ignoring his Pestigores at the same time.
He's playing it really. I mean, especially Nurgle Warriors. He's playing Nurgle to get skill ups for next season.
Well, he's doing a good job. And then he's got a bunch of Pestigores. He's got a 2-man bench, and one's got a dirty player, so he likes to beat people. He's only got, 2 MVPs on his Nurgle Rotter, so he's been pretty lucky on MVPs so far. 2 MVPs on his Nurgle Rotter, so he's been pretty lucky on MVPs so far. 2 MVPs on his Nurgle Rotter, so he's been pretty lucky on MVPs so far. 2 MVPs on his Nurgle Rotter, so he's been pretty lucky on MVPs so far.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to find anything to criticize there other than that claw.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the claw either, but the team is looking good, man, and he's like I said, he's feeding touchdowns to the Nurgle Warriors, which I love. So I expect High Lord Salt towards the end of the season to start picking it up, especially if these Nurgle Warriors start beating people up, which looks like they're about to do. So I dig it. I dig it. Who do you got, man? Who do you got this week?
This week I got Cash Crew Part 2, who is another human team. Where am I missing them?
Top left-hand corner.
Oh, top left, yep. And of course, we've got the Ogre, but he's also been getting some MVPs on that Ogre. So he's already got guard, and he's just one injury away from getting his second level. In the division, we already have one block Ogre. So if he gets lucky and he gets block as well, that'll be Clash of the Titans later on this season. I do like the Blodge choice for that double on the. That gives him a nice, reliable scoring threat. And since he's already also at 15 SVP, let me see if he's got touchdowns here. Looks like 2 MVPs and 1 touchdown, 1 cash. So, yeah, I think that with the Blodge piece like that early on, when teams don't have a lot of tackle, you're a ball carrier at that point. And the other 2 blitzers, he's got a strength up blitzer, which is huge on a human team. Any stat ups are great. Strength in particular, though, on a blitzer, that allows you the option of getting a frenzy piece if you'd like, if you like playing the sideline game, or if you prefer the more standard route, then you've just got a nice beefy guy to put on the corner of your cage. It's going to be very difficult to move.
He also, JJ Cashier, he has a ton of guys that are super close. He's going to be one of these guys who has like 1 or 2 games in a row where he just levels a bunch of dudes. This guy's a touchdown away. This guy's a touchdown away. Pass away. Pass away. Touchdown away. Kaz away. MVP away. MVP away. Look at every single guy except for Maurice Moody. Basically, is one action away from leveling. Every single guy in his team.
Yeah.
He is about to explode. I want to talk first about Fat Stacks Buster Jax, we just talked about, has a blodge and can be a ball carrier. Awesome. There's a lot of ways you can go, and as you know, I play a lot of humans. There's a lot of ways you can go with this blodge piece. If it's me personally, because he doesn't have any guard yet, and he is in a bash heavy division, I go guard right there with the intention of going guard and then stand firm. And then just having the immovable object, which I use on almost every human team if I get blodge, and it is awesome. Awesome play. The strength 4 guy, I would give him Mighty Blow next, but then I would not give him Pile On because you don't want your strength 4 guy on the ground because they tend to get kicked.
Right.
So Richie Gildemark, I would give him. I'd probably go. I usually go Mighty Blow, tackle, Pile On, but you can go Pile On first. I would make him the guy who kills people and jumps on people. And Lonnie in like Flynn, which is an awesome name. I just give him strength and then guard is how I would do that.
Yeah, and he's had a bunch of admin matches already, so that's probably part of why we've got so many people sitting on 5 SVP that he just hasn't gotten a pass with. And so as he really gets to play some more matches, of course, we'll see things stack up in his favor. How do you feel about the 2 rerolls? Do you think he's just waiting to get leader on his thrower, or he's got the cash for it? Is there something else he's saving up for?
Yeah, no, his team is basically complete. If he's running 1 catcher, then his team's complete, and he's already got how many pieces he got? 1, 2. So he's got enough pieces. My guess is he's probably gonna pick up that reroll right now before he plays. He probably just hasn't done it yet. Maybe he is going for leader on his thrower. I don't like leader on human throwers for a couple of reasons. Most of your skills are kind of built in. Like your throw is built in, your pickup is built in, and your dodge on your catcher is built in. You have another dodge here. So I don't know. I'd rather just pick it up there. That's just my personal opinion. I think with your thrower, I build my throwers as dump off. I like to go accurate and then dump off and hope I get double so I can be a real thrower. The common way to go is block and then like kickoff return and make him a ball carrier. I don't know JJ Cash, so I don't know what his plan is for there. Maybe he is gonna go leader. Lots of people go block and then leader, but that's 2 pieces away. I wouldn't want to go leader first. I don't think that's a good move.
Yeah, I agree. It's very easy to remove that piece if you do that. Yeah, I just think you throw the cash at it unless you are trying to, pocket a wizard onto somebody. But I don't think he's got, a match that requires that unless he's going up against the dwarfs. That's probably the only team I would pocket a wizard for.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. So he's got a one man bench right now. So he's probably looks like he's gonna go with just the one catcher build for a while, which is especially in the beginning is okay because you gotta get SPP on your blitzers anyway. I like to go heavy catchers, but yeah, I imagine he'll pick up that reroll, and if he doesn't, maybe he'll drop us a line and give us a word reasoning on why he doesn't want to do that. All right.
Yeah, he's up against the undead this week, so I doubt he's going to blow the wizard on a team that's 1-0 and 2.
Yeah, probably not. But chaos versus humans I mean not chaos, undead versus humans is not an easy matchup for the humans. It's rough. Although that strength will help. Let's go over next week. Cash Group Part 2 and the Undead, like you say, that's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to that match because Undead is so strong early, but Undead or humans are pretty strong early too. Dracroll Day Laborers, Sneaky Boys, they've already played, so we'll talk about them later. Pandemonium Burgers and Havoc's Henchmen and a Chaos off. Dark Elves versus Nurgle. Necro versus Orcs. We should probably look at that squad. Problem, we're not going to look at these guys, but that'll be interesting depending on if there's any level ups on the Wolves. Because Claw tends to kill Orcs, as you know. Templars.
Hasn't happened to me yet.
Well, I got a Necro team. We should do a friendly now. I got a Strength 4 Mighty Blue, Strength 4 Mighty Blow Wolf with your name on it. Templars of Aurora versus Chaos 3 Mountains, and then that's a admin right there. I want to talk about Temples of Aurora and 3 Mountains. Chaos Hipster versus Chaos Abulu. That's my highlight.
That's going to be a good coach match for sure.
Yeah, it's Bash versus Dash. But we saw the Templars of Aurora in their last game, man. They stood toe to toe with their opponent and put some hurting on people. So I know we talked about Hipster last week a little bit, but I think that match is going to be really good. Look at this team. Look at all
his
this
skill
dodge.
ups have only gotten even better since we last looked at it. A lot more blodge on the table, and he's got that guard piece. I think we talked about the guard piece already, but dodge on the thrower now. So it's going to be, I mean, dwarves don't have a problem with dodge, but it's still going to be, I think, hipsters to lose. And that would be an upset technically.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos Abulu's squad, where's he at? He's over here. He's been just having a really good team. He's only played 2 games, right? He had 1 admin, but he's been having a really good season. He doesn't have tackle on any of his positionals, right? It's only on his longbeards. So that might be an issue because the guys are going to chase down those high elves who are getting behind him. They don't have any tackle.
Well, and there's going to be a little bit of a gamble. When you play the high elves early, you can either try and screen, but that allows the tackle pieces to kind of move around a little bit, or you can mark them, and then they can't go anywhere, but you can lose some elves that way. So it's a calculated risk either way, and it sort of lose a bunch of that development.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. It may not be a good game. It might be boring. Like maybe the dwarves roll over, or maybe the elves just run around them all game. But it's an interesting game. The interesting style. You would think that dwarves are just anti-elf, but that elf team is well developed. Like I said, these positionals have no tackle. And I know lots of people say I'm not putting tackle on any of my positionals on dwarves. That's a mistake. You should have tackle on all these guys.
100% agree.
On all these guys. All right. What do you got for this week?
This week, I am interested in that chaos matchup. Pandemonium Bergman. Pandemonium hasn't skilled up all his skills yet, so I'm curious to see what he does end up doing. And this is about the time of the season where if you're a chaos coach and you get a little bit bored with just getting block on every piece, you start venturing out and doing a little bit of fun things here and there. Frenzy, I like early. It does just crank up that SPP generation. And, have also been on the cusp of some crazy stuff. And both of them, I think, are going to be able to show off, dice willing, who's the better coach here.
Chaos. So the Havoc Henchmen, they're gonna have some. They're gonna have SPP on them for sure, but they got Minotaur, so they got that holding them down. But they got that third eye blind, which is, like I said, he's gonna be my favorite piece in this division. Strength 5 Chaos. Well, I hope he gets tentacles, man, just because it's cool looking.
There's so much minnow hate, and I don't hate the minnow. I really don't, because I mean, yeah, you want to be blitzing obviously with other pieces, but he can hold down a spot. And I mean, the way I use a troll. If I had a negative trait that doesn't lose my tackle zones, I think that's just fine. The drawback, of course, is the frenzy too. But with horns, I mean, there's not a piece in the world that he can't take down, and he can get 3 dies, so he doesn't even need tackle.
AV8, sir. That's all I got to say about that. AV8. Those things get removed. They get removed pretty
Yeah,
easy.
he's got a thick skull. That's good enough.
Minotaurs. I just played a game right before this cast. I was playing humans and I was playing a fresh chaos team and they had a Minotaur and I hit that fucking thing with like mighty blow 9 or 10 times and he did not break armor. So he didn't remove anybody, but frenzy trapped himself a couple times, which you got to be
You
careful
just
about.
don't want to tunnel on it. You just don't want to, make that your whole game plan. But if you've got him just holding down the line, throw it like I love the tentacle minotaur. That's my favorite.
Yeah, we get to hold on to people. So Pandemonium
Mm-hmm.
Burgers, assuming these are both normal roll-ups, he's going to be at 1160, and he is going to get what 240 inducements. That's a lot. So how do you see this one playing out, man?
I don't think the inducements are going to be enough to really swing things. Havoc does have that strip ball, so there's one of those early quirks of, hey, I don't want block on every piece. And I think that could be a big factor. We still don't know what Pandemonium skill ups are going to be. And then, of course, there's that Frenzy piece on Havoc. So it's still, so early with the Chaos teams where the dice are going to decide a lot. 3 rerolls goes very fast on early Chaos, especially without block. So it's too tough to call, but I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Well, I can tell you what. Fried here on Pandemonium Burgers, this Chaos Warrior, he's getting blocked. You can fucking write that one in right now. Black Angus, I don't know. Maybe he does go Frenzy. Maybe he's already got a Mighty Blow one. He's already got a Ball Carrier. I mean, he can make that a wrestle tackle piece. He could do all kinds of that. You talk about the Frenzy. Lots of people like the Frenzy for surfing. I get it. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to go with the underdog. I'm going to say Pandemonium Burgers is going to pull this out. I think inducements are really hard for Chaos to face against early on. Like if he's got to face against a Wizard and a Bribe, or a Wizard and a couple babes, I like Pandemonium Burgers. And plus, Pandemonium Wad Dave here, he took my advice and he put his Discord name and his email in his description, so I like him already.
Well, if you're going to go that way, then fine. I'll take Havoc because he's got Strip Ball, and there's no sure hands over here, and Strip Ball does stuff.
All right. Well, you're gonna be wrong, so that's too bad for you. All right. What do we got? We got Division 4. We got anything else for Division 5 before we move on?
I'm ready to move on.
All right. Division 4. Division of Future Champions, right? What do we got? Let's go over the schedule. Let's go over schedule for last week. Rebel Invasion versus Madden. This was Squiggy versus Gengar. 18 armor breaks for fucking Matt. I mean, he's Camry playing against Wood Elves, but damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. And 2 expulsions, so 41 blocks to 13.
It was a
Jesus.
very bloody match. I caught the stat line, and I was going to try and peek at that, but I haven't had a chance yet. But yeah, that was a very bloody match.
We just have to check. Was there any deaths on? There was 1 death on Rebel Invasion, so we got to pop in real fast and see Rebel Invasion, and make sure they didn't lose one of their awesome war dancers. Where are you at, Squiggy? Where the fuck is he? Of course, I can't find him. There he is. Let's just make sure he didn't lose the war. Cause we're not gonna look at his team today, so I just want to check real fast. Nope, his war dancers are still there, so he's good. So good on him. Good on him. Surviving with that much damage. Ace Trucking Company, Quicks, and the Chaos Dwarfs. I know you love 1-0'd my humans, so boo on that. I mean, good job, Quicks. Unlucky. Let's check that out real fast. Ace Trucking Company had a death though. Somebody died. That's not good. Oh, and the MVP got the MVP died. That's what you get for beating humans, man. That's what you get.
Yeah, and that was a dwarf too, so it's not like a hobo.
It's perfect.
That one hurt.
54. Look at the humans out fucking through blocks and out removed them too. Got injury and a kill, but didn't get the win. That must have been a close game, man. FSBP is almost exactly the same. And Communist Frat Party, we're gonna go over later, I believe. That's your squad, so we'll hold off on that MVP. Although I really want to see what he had. Unlucky Skull versus KNG. It's King of Cosmos versus Kills You Too Fast or Warboss Zagrod. 1-1.
Yeah, this was the last one to be played of the week, and I was kind of waiting to see where this goes. A Tomb Guardian level up there on the MVP is going to be really good for Unlucky Skull. King of the Cosmos, I haven't watched any of his games yet, and I keep meaning to, but I know he's a well-known name in the area, the community, and so I expect good things from him, even though he's on Camry.
Yeah, man, he's a cool dude. He's a really cool dude. If you get a chance to play him, he's fun. He used to have an awesome dwarf team that was well over 2K, and
Oof.
his stadium enhancement was the wizard. Everybody got free wizards. He likes to have fun, man. And
Oh yeah,
if you're dwarfs, giving up free wizards is saying something.
I think it was just that because he had such high TV, he knew that everyone was getting a wizard anyway, so he just wanted to share in the wizardry.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. You get a chance to meet him. So that was good. Good Chaos Force versus Camry. 1-1 doesn't surprise me. Gamba's Gits versus Unaccompanied Minos. Gamba, our founder, with only 5 armor breaks against 15 from the Chaos Dwarfs.
So that game's highlight and final play is on my channel. If you want to check that out, that would have been the highlight, but we're still working that out. But I will say that Unaccompanied Minnows played a phenomenal defensive game, and Gamba did what Gamba can do with a little bit of luck.
Yeah, good for Gamba, man. Good for Gamba. All right, Resistance is Futile got his game in this week against Carnival Freak Show and fucking put a thumping on him right there with a 3-1 victory. One of his guys died, unfortunately, and he got an MVP on a peasant, which sucks. But he's got a lot of peasants. Oh, Carnival Freak Show got the MVP on Wilhelm Chaney. That blows. 17 armor breaks for the Necro versus 10 for Resistance is Futile and 2 expulsions. This doesn't surprise me. Shiggy loves the foul, man. Loves the foul. 30 blocks, 3 removals to 49 blocks and 6 removals. So, I mean, the Carnival Freak Show kind of put their hurting on him. 5, 10, what do we got?
Yeah, they were probably playing the skills and not playing the ball. That would be my guess.
All right, well, good for Shiggy, good for Shiggy. Shiggy's also another cool guy who I know. Lizard Beast versus Horrible Cliches, 0-1.
This was definitely an upset. Lizard Beast definitely have an advantage with their higher Horrible. I think just all very well, and we're able to outmaneuver and outscreen, more importantly, the Lizards.
They out-hit the Lizards. They got 12. They got 1 more armor break than the Lizards. That's not something you expected to see. They had, look, almost half the blocks, but same number of removals. That's crazy. Although 5 injuries for Lizard Beasts. We should split up. It's not over yet. Is that all you got? Horrible cliches. All right. So that looked like it's episode of the week. We say episode of the week. All right, and then Typos Happen versus Baywatch Nights. Man, I've got to watch one of these Baywatch Nights games. Raven Poe versus Cake and Grad, my buddy over here. MVP on a loner. That sucks. 8 armor breaks, 2 expulsions. Clearly he wants to kick people, and it looks like Cake and Grad got tired of getting kicked, so he kicked back and got 1 expulsion himself. 1-0. 12 armor breaks there. I don't know much about this game, so 3.
Yeah, not a lot of development yet onto Typos Happen, but they did just get 4 skill ups, so I'm waiting to see how they level those up. They just didn't choose them, so I can't judge them. If they had, I would have chosen them for my team of the week.
I talk to Cake and Grad almost every day because he's in my clan, so I'll give him shit about that. And he won his match. He won his match this week against Dream of 5G. REL, by the way, 4-1 this. I'm the only loss. I got my ass handed to me, but REL won 4-1. All right,
That's
go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. I just got onto a clan, and it was quite a heated discussion. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, no, I was I had my words to say about that about that.
Everybody had a piece, and I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm glad you're on that clan because most of those guys on that clan I don't like, but you're on the squad now, and Golgathon I really like. So those are just a couple of guys I'm trying to find something out of that. Let's go on to the squads. I wanted to check out I want to check out Gamba's Gets. I want to check out Gamba's Gets because he doesn't get a lot of coverage because he's the boss and people try to avoid him. He and I spoke this week a little bit about some other stuff, and he's like, "Hey, check out my human teams." So I said, let's do it this week. Let's go over it. One of the
Gamma
most
subscribes to
go ahead.
the Mighty Blow first. I like that.
Yeah, he's this is a hard hitting human squad. Most human squads in general, that's just an MNG. Most human squads go one mighty blow guy, and then the next three guys get guard. Um, Gamba said screw that. He wants to hurt people, so he went all mighty blow first, um, which probably led to a couple losses last season. But now he's looking good, right?
Looking very good. And I think the dice dictated a little bit of some of those levels. Like Walkerthon has just become really, and I said it in my thing, he's the star of the team.
Yeah, I mean AG4 Blodger with mighty blow. That is like, so as a human coach, I always have a problem when I get AG4 on my blitzers because I'm like, what do I do with them, right? He can put tackle on that guy. He can put guard on that guy. He's got blodge already. He could do so much of this thing. If he gets doubles, I mean, what do you do that? You can go leap. You can go diving tackle. Um, he's kind of a do-it-all everything. If you want to look at Division One, the Handsome Jacks, they got two Mighty Blow Blitz or two AG4 Blitzers that they use to great effect, and just those pieces, the skills are all over the place, but it works because it does everything. It's like a jack of all trades. So I like this. This is going to be an amazing piece. He went leader. See, he actually went leader first
Mm-hmm.
on his thrower, which we just discussed that neither one of us like, but he did it. So there you go.
Well, he's got 3 rerolls with the leader, so that's interesting too.
Yeah, he should dump one of these and save him some TV. Gamma, when you're watching this, dump this reroll, because you only do have leader, but you got block on it, so that's not bad. And if you get doubles here on your thrower, because this guy is clearly not a thrower, he's a ball carrier. Get doubles on that, you would go dodge. If you get normals, I would probably go kickoff return because it gets into the ball faster. He needs some tackle. He needs more tackle. I don't know how you're an orc coach. I'm a human coach. In human blitzers, I like to go some combination of mighty blow, guard, and tackle on every single blitzer. They got to fit him in there. I don't know
I
how do
think
orcs do it.
that's pretty standard. Um, I basically never want to have more than 2 Mighty Blow pieces, and got your one standard blitzer that's going to try and remove pieces, and then you're going to have your backup for that. And personally, I'm really light on Mighty Blow compared to a lot of other orc coaches. I've really only got 3 Mighty Blow pieces, which one is a black orc, one is my troll, and one is my killer. But tackle. I think that is the most underrated skill, especially early on. Being able to take out those guard pieces is on the killer piece, and then tackle guard would be my preferred route for the next two. And then the last one, the level up, would be guard. But you inevitably get at least one double in there for dodge, which is what happened to Gambit too. So that tends to delay things. I do like with the Agi 4 piece that's already got dodge, if he does get a second double, to go of dodge and the diving tackle, and then you just throw stand firm on him, and you've got the ultimate marking piece for the ball.
Yeah. So Walkathon. Let's say he gets normals. I'm gonna go through how I would do it. Walkathon, if he gets normals, um, I'd probably go tackle there, or guard. Actually, I'd probably go guard because he's got the dodge, and I like to be able to reposition, especially since AG4. I would go guard there because I can move that guard piece around. Some kind of wizard, I would go tackle or Dreamify, one or the other. At least one of these guys, probably both of them tackle. Squiggy, I would get pro if he gets a level
Mm-hmm.
up, and then he's a killer. And the thing I like about human killers, they can all be normals. So like these are all normal skills to them. It's not very
Yeah,
expensive. So if he piles on and somebody kicks him in the head and he dies, he's not expensive to replace. Like this is only $150,000 piece, man. So
it's a very useful $150,000 piece because
yeah,
it probably removes over $150,000 in value and the first 3 turns of every.
yeah. So I would get him pro, and if I got double, the only double I would take for Squiggy, we jump up. Otherwise, I would
Mm-hmm.
pass.
Yeah, jump up definitely.
Kiwi Bird somehow made it in his alignment. I wonder how that happened because he's kind of a newer coach. But good for him. He's got Bleeding Hippie, gets to be the kicker. and he's only a touchdown away from whatever his next skill is. I don't know, man. So I don't use actually. I'm unusual. I don't use a lot of kick on my team. When my kicker gets a skill up, I don't really know what to go next. Probably block, 30 player maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's a defensive piece, so I would actually put him with wrestle, and make him my safety. But I've also gotten away from kick. I was really big on kick early on in my Blood Bowl experience, and um, you can't obviously rely on a blitz. Sure, the elf coaches like to be able to control it, but honestly, I think it's better if you just get in the habit of not relying on the ball being in a general area. You just play around where it goes, and I'd rather have those skill ups now on other pieces. Get the wrestle early, wrestle tackle. You got to have a rackle piece. And since your blitzers are all going to have block by themselves, you're not going to put wrestle on any of them. And then you don't. If you get doubles, you get dodge, but or guard. More importantly, actually, you need more guard. But tell me more about what you do with your linemen, because I'm curious if you just keep them trim or DP, or if you just
So
level them up.
me personally, I keep them trim. I'll get a dirty player or two, and then if they get more than that, I'll dump them. But there's a difference. I run 3 to 4 catchers. He is running 0 catchers. So he needs to use his linemen more effectively. So if you're doing this kind of build where you're running no catchers at all, you need to start getting block on these guys and developing them, because they need to. He needs to. He's running a ground and pound human squad, which is pretty common. People like to punch with their humans. He needs to start building block on these linemen. Block or a couple wrestle fend guys would be really good to hold the line of scrimmage. But in general, because he's doing this, I'm pounding you out. I like to get block on my human linemen when I'm doing this build, and then hope I get doubles next. Um, I don't want to get guard. I don't want to get wrestle. The reason I personally don't like wrestle on human linemen in this particular build is if I get wrestle and then my next skill up is a double. Wrestle and guard don't really go along very well, because wrestle guys end up on the ground. So I like to get block in
Right.
case I get doubles. Maybe 1 or 2 guys that wrestle. But so if this particular build, I would go block on as many of the guys as possible, and I'd pick up one more guy and make him a dirty player. He's got plenty of money. He's got enough money to buy an extra lineman. Either buy a lineman and give him dirty player, or start kicking people, or buy a catcher and start building more catchers up. So
You're right that he doesn't have any catchers. That actually is something I totally missed. That's very odd. I have not seen that very often. I see at least usually one, because they're AV8. So I don't know why you wouldn't want any.
they're AV8, but they're strength 2, which turns a lot of people off. And
But
they're
if
an
you,
AG3 agility piece, which also turns a lot of people off. It's just not super ideal.
yeah, I guess. But no, I don't know. For me, the early dodge is so nice because so few people have tackle. And I guess once I played a lizard team, I got over strength 2 very fast, because you
Yeah.
can do a lot with 3 skinks.
Well, like I said, I run 3 catchers generally, and if I can get to it eventually, I like to run 4. But lots of people don't. I mean, this is not that unusual. But if you do it, you need to start building these linemen up. Right now, all of his TVs and his blitzers, which is fine, but he needs to build some of these linemen up if he's going to run the bash heavy team. All right,
To
Gambit.
me, this is an orc team without black orcs, and that's a weak orc team.
Yeah, I philosophically, and I've been kicking around the idea of doing a human build video. Philosophically, I don't like the bash heavy human teams because they can't bash as well as the bash teams. So there's more bash teams than anything else. So you can't stand toe to toe with those other bash teams. The strength of a human is they have not only can they bash, but they can run with their move 8 catchers. So I think you should incorporate that into your team. I think you're shortening yourself if you don't do that. So that's me, Gambit Gits. What do you got?
Yeah, we spent a while on them. Sorry. Communist frat party. So one human to another. So a lot of what we just talked about will kind of relate, but let's take a look at them.
Absolutely. So he has 2 throwers and a catcher. 2 throwers.
There's some diversity. Yeah, this team's development. I mean, it's not obviously as much as Gamba, because Gamba's got a couple seasons under his belt, but this team, for a fresh roll team, I think is coming along nicely. Again, there's a bunch of blitzers that are about to level their second level, if not the next game, the game after that. He's got a Balaj, blitzer that could be just like Walkerthon if he gets an agi up. That would be great. Any skill ups, of course, are huge on the human team. And then he's got his block lineman there. But nothing on the catcher yet. So either this is a new pickup, or I'm curious if he's just not using him for scoring.
He has no stats, so he just got him.
Okay. That's right. I think we talked about it in the first week where we talked about how he started with 2 throwers, and then would transition into the catchers.
Yeah, so he's got the similar build to Gamba. He's doing this bash heavy thing, but he went guard, which I like, and I'm guessing Che Keg Killer Guevara. He's probably gonna get guard too, since he's got Blodge. I think guard on Blodge is so awesome because I can put that guard piece where I want it, and he stays on his feet more, which I think is just amazing. But he went two throwers. It's a little bit alternate to what Gamba did. Basically, you sub out a lineman, 20k for a thrower. Throwers are awesome, man. They have the exact same stats as linemen. They just come with sure hands and pass, so they're a little more versatile. You get them block, and you have a lineman who can pick up the ball. So I don't hate this two thrower build. Um, and he's got block on his lineman. Like I said, if you're gonna build the bash heavy team, you should go block first.
Yeah, and the record for this team. Peek back at it here. Looks like they just lost their to. Oh no, that's their second loss, so they're 2-0-2. So yeah, I think that they're probably middle of the pack right now with Nocturnal, their coach. I do want to see tackle on that Mighty Blow piece, but he's actually the furthest away from leveling, so probably getting tackle on these next unless there's a double. Just avoid getting too much. My recommendation.
Yeah. So Nocturnal he was Humans last season too, but he played We're Revolutionary, and they were in Division 2, and they kind of got beat up a little bit. I agree. I think Leon Schatz definitely wants tackle, but in the meantime, maybe you give Fidel Castro here, maybe you give him tackle, and then Mighty Blow for his third level up. That's not bad. Another thing you can do, which I used to do when I was developing my blitzers, I wouldn't mind getting a block tackle lineman. I mean, they move 6. They're decent to get around. So if
Mm-hmm.
Ho Chi Minh ends up with a skill up with an MVP, maybe you just pop him off and give him tackle. And it's not a bad way to go, man.
I
It's
would,
definitely a way to go.
if you're going to do the tackle lineman though, I still emphasize the wrestle, and there's a reason for that. Especially in this division that's got a lot of big strength pieces that could actually manage to pick up the ball, especially bull centaurs. You're not always going to be able to get a 2-die block or even 2 assists on there. And so if you are going to be throwing a 1-die or even a half-die, if it's a wrestle tackle piece, you've got really good chances of getting that ball loose. And I'm somebody that's just not afraid to throw a red die if I've got that chance on the ball carrier. So that would be my only thing. If you're going to put tackle on a lineman, you might as well just do wrestle.
Yeah, I mean, I like that idea. Like I said, there's a lot of options with human teams. Pros and I like them. When I play humans, I put wrestle on. I usually have 2 catchers with wrestle, and I go wrestle, strip ball, dauntless tackle. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
gutter runners.
yes, exactly. And then
Agi 3 gutters.
for lineman, if you wanted to wrestle tackle lineman, I wouldn't be mad at you. Not by a long shot. But like I said, Nocturnal knows how to human, so he's gonna listen to us and be like, I already know my plans, fuckers. I don't need to listen to you guys. I like to see him get some SPP. I like to see him develop these throwers. At least because if he puts block on these throwers, man, they're so much useful. If he puts block on both of these, basically you have 2 extra linemen.
Got a Norse team with some extra armor.
Yeah, that's really good. So it's an all human. We didn't actually plan that week, but between Division 4 and Division 5, we ended up covering 3 human teams. So good day for Trunkhead. I like it. Let's go over the schedule for next week. They have not played yet, so I'm digging with that. Carnival Freak Show versus the Rebel Invasion. What else versus what's Freak Show? That's Necro, right? Is that Necro or is that?
That's good.
Where are you at, Carnival Freak Show? Yep, Necro. So what else versus Necro? A quick side note. I don't mean to birdwalk here. If you guys saw the Rookie League Apprentice League Finals, there was a Wood Elf versus Necro. The final, it was Zwark playing Wood Elves versus Sage's Necro. Really, really great game, man. And you should go watch it. You should go watch it. There's a clinic put on there by one of the coaches. I won't say which. Unaccompanied minors versus horrible cliches. That is Chorus versus Dark Elves. KNG versus Typos Happen. That's going to be a slugfest. That is Chorus versus Orcs. Communist Fat Party versus the Baywatch Knights. That is, I believe, Baywatch Knights is
Ravenbow.
their
It's a Brett.
Bretonian team. That's right. Humans and Bretts, which is always an interesting matchup. Humans are just a little bit faster, but Communist Fat Party only has one catcher, so they're not really faster. Lizards Beast versus Iron Maiden is Kemri versus Kiwi Birds. Really nasty lizards. Ace Trucking Company versus This Is Feudal. There's going to be a lot of kicking going on in that game. I am sure of it. Quicks versus Shiggy. There'll be a lot of a lot of dirty shenanigans going on. And then Unlucky Skull and Gamba Gets. This is an interesting match, and we're not covering this match, but it's too bad because Gamba and King of Cosmos are good friends. That'll be fun.
Ah.
Let's go with your game first. What did you want to play first?
The Iron Man versus the Lizard's Beast. Gengar is, of course, well known for his foul before ball antics. And the Lizard Beasts are, struggling with the ball sometimes with their skinks. They've got, I think, one Agi4 skink now, but actually, let me peek at them and see.
Wow, Lizard Beast, what are we looking at? Lizard Beast, where are you at?
Yeah.
There he is, right in the middle on top.
Yeah, so he does have one Agi4 skink, but he's missing for this game. That's what it was. So it's going to game would be my guess. The one thing that Lizards do have at a huge advantage for against Kemri, both teams being positional playing teams. But once you get past those Tomb Guardians, there's the Blitz Raws are the only thing that can really stop them, and I don't think Gengars have tackle. No, they don't have any tackle. So the Skinks honestly just have to worry about dodging blocks and pows, and just running right between the lines of Kemri players, and it's actually easy enough for Lizards to mark the Tomb Guardians. So if removals don't go heavily in Gengar's favor, which is kind of the way he likes to play anyway, it would be a good Lizard Beast game. But if the removals do go in his favor and there is a niggled Croxagore right there in the center of the pitch, so odds are, there's going to be at least a couple removals for Gengar.
Yeah, Gengar's got only 3 block pieces, and if you don't have tackle against Skinks, you need block. 3 block pieces, and they're not very fast block pieces. They go 6. I don't know about this one, man. This is Gengar knows how to play this squad for sure, but I like the Kiwi Birds Lizard Beast. That's a good looking squad, man. Mighty Blow tackle there.
Yep, a lot of growth, and he's got that one. I think every Lizard team has that one Star Saurus that just kind of breaks away from the rest when it comes to leveling. And Garpek with Mighty Blow and tackle, that's exactly how you want to build him.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a lot of attacks in with Tyra of Chakwa and Zoa of the River, because if you can get him on those AV7 skeletons, you have a chance to level both those guys up. That's good. How many inducements is he going to be giving away? Let's see. Not much, actually. It's only going to be 70.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a closer game.
It's obviously going to be a bribe, but that's going to be not, I don't think, very, very game-changing.
Who do you got?
That was mine. You're up now.
No. Who do you got to win that game?
Oh, for the pick. Yeah, I'll take Lizard Beast for sure. I think if he's willing to just mark the Blitzeras with Skinks, there's no way that they're dodging out, and then the ball carrier can just kind of get right through the middle. And actually, I would probably mark with the ones that are developed, because who gives a shit if you lose a diving tackle sidestep Skink, and try and get another stat up on the level 1 Skinks that you've got.
Yeah, man, my head says Lizard Beast, my gut says Gengar, man. I don't know which one to go with, but I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna side with you, Lizard Beast. I think those Skinks are gonna be tough for Gengar to track down, and he might do a score fest there. So let's go with Lizard Beast. All right, I want to check out what am I looking at? Ace Truck and Company versus Resistance is Feudal. Now, forewarned, Shiggy's got to play the game before for it to go off, and he can be kind of hard to get a hold of. But Brett's versus Chaos Dwarfs. I know you love Chaos Dwarfs. Let's check out Ace Truck.
I do.
they're just an evil dude.
They're orcs with style.
They used to have style. They used to have those awesome hats back in Blood Bowl 1. I don't know what happened. They got lost their hats. Although they look kind of cool with their helmets, like the lowrider helmets, like you can't see their eyes or anything. Look pretty sick. He's got a Mighty Blow guard piece in there. So this is kind of how I see this one going. I think that Shiggy's going to win this game. That's my pick, and I think Shiggy's going to win it because he is just going to feed peasants to linemen, to those blockers, and then he's got the dauntless to go against those bull centaurs, man. He's got
And Shiggy's got a strength 4 blitzer, of course, countless opportunities. So I definitely think the bull centaurs aren't really going to be a problem, and they don't have tackle yet. It takes them a while to get tackle on those bull centaurs, if ever. They rely on that on the dwarves, which are, like you said, going to be marked. And with Fend, very, very hard for them to get off the peasants.
Yeah, those peasants are just going to pin those blockers in place. And that's why, and then Fend is an underrated skill. You see a lot of that. Like, human coaches like to get Fend on linemen often. Um, Norris coaches love to get Fend on linemen. When you do, I mean, and the reason it's so good is you're pinning, because when you line up on the line of scrimmage to begin the game, and you're getting punched first, the other team almost always puts their best players on. They put their Mighty Blow players on there, right? Because they want to get the Mighty Blow hits. You're pinning them in place essentially with Fend. So you're buying yourself a turn when those killers are stuck there. And with Chaos Dwarf blockers being so slow, that turn can really make a huge difference. So I think Shiggy's set up to win this game.
There is a TV difference. What is it? Oh, it's not that bad. I thought it was over 100. So yeah, obviously inducements are going to be a big swing here. I will give Ace one option on the path to victory, and that is AV7 can just wipe. And if the injuries do stack up in his favor before the score gets out of hand, if it's like, say, just a 1-0 first half, and during that time Ace removes 4 or 5 pieces, then it becomes a lot easier for him to get a 2-score second half and turn it around.
Yeah, I talk to Quicks a lot, so he's probably gonna give me shit for this, but I don't know. I think this is a bad matchup for him stylistically. There's gonna be a lot of this in this particular game. There's gonna be a lot of a lot of dirty shenanigans, man. They're gonna be kicking each other. They both have awesome foul pieces, so I'm going with Shiggy. You going Shiggy too?
I'll go with Quicks. I'll see how it goes. I think if
coach,
if the send-offs go the Bretonian way and the injuries go the Kastorf way, then I think he can pull it off.
All right, so you're basically saying you're going to be wrong twice this week. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I like to look good.
No problem. I like to look lucky.
I know you've been casting a couple of these games. If you guys are in Division 4, Division 5, Superfeds been casting your games. I'm trying my best to get to you. I cast one game, Duke Nukem for Division 2 earlier today. Doing our best. Do you have any games you're looking at casting ahead of time you're thinking of?
I do owe both these division games. So of the ones that we talked about, I did a highlight from the Gamba game. It was a highlight, lots of 5+ rolls all happening in order there. But I don't know. I definitely wanted to do at least one a week. So like I said, I'll do a couple of those. And then this week, both these games that we talked about are, potential ones for me to check out. I actually, you know what? I said I wanted to watch King of the Cosmos, so maybe I'll catch his game from this week.
King of Cosmos and
kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you're casting the commission's game. You gotta be careful. And if you look at most of these divisions, King of Cosmos is like the president. Like if you back out the division,
yeah.
King of Cosmos, so you can't fuck that cast up, man. They'll come after you. All right, man. You got anything else on the way out the door?
No, that's all. Nuff will take the wheel.
Nuff will take the wheel. All right, thank you, Superfed, for joining us again. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. You can always reach us on Discord, Superfed and Trunkhead. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. See ya!